Hello and welcome back to another episode of Life in the Woods Renaissance. I don't really know where to begin. I don't really know if I have my pad with me. Let's see. No bed in here. That's not a good start. No? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Alright. So if you're following me on Twitter, or maybe if you checked out the comments on the last episode a few days after it came out, you might already know that I actually recorded an episode in between this one and the previous one that aired on YouTube, and I lost it all because I ran out of hard drive space, which that has never happened to me before. So it's the first time in what, three years of making YouTube videos that I managed to do that. I felt pretty stupid afterwards. And it was a decent episode, I thought. Like I felt good about it for the most part. It was a bit uneventful, but some stuff happened, and I don't know. We talked. I talked mostly. You were just listening. I don't know. I don't know. I lost it all. Yeah, because the file just corrupts. There's nothing, there's nothing there. Like I had like I don't know, 2 point something gigabytes of nothing at the end of that. So that was very disappointing. So I guess I should catch you up what happened. So on the last episode that actually aired, I was trying to get levers to repair my pick, and then there was a comment by Celia. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Um, who said that there's a way to partially repair the pick. So I went to, just do that. So I put the pick into the advanced or enhanced, what is it called? Enchanting table thing. Let's see. It is called the advanced enchantment table. And I put the pick in and I clicked the R for repair with my 37 levers I think I had at the time. Instead of 39, it said it required for the full repair. And the game crashed. Not really the game, I guess the world crashed. The server crashed, basically. Not my game. I didn't. Yeah, it was weird. It was like I lost connection to the server, which I mean, basically, single player is just, it's running a server in the background, basically. So yeah, the server crashed. I disconnected from it, even though it's obviously single player, and I like loaded the world back up. And it was fine for a while. Like for a second, I was worried that what if something broke? I don't have a recent backup. That would have been terrible. But no, it was fine. Just the pick was gone. I guess it was. Yeah, it was not in my inventory because it was in the inventory and like in the slot of the enchantment table, and yeah, that doesn't really like that you can't store items in there, so it disappeared. Basically, it was gone. So then I started working on a new pick, and I made this guy here. Signature one Unbreaking 3, which is pretty good, pretty good. No efficiency on there though. Couldn't afford that, and it's really weird the way that enchantment table. I don't like that mod. It's weird. Like it's like the costs go up, so I added some extra bookshelves, and then it just didn't let me do what I wanted to do with the efficiency. And I think, yeah, I think my conclusion at the end was that we were going to try and put efficiency 4 on the book, and then put that book on the pickaxe in an anvil and see if that worked. And then I headed out here because I wanted to grab some what's it called? Basalt cobblestone, or well, not cobblestone. This is Siktash, the basalt stone directly, because I think this area is where I got it originally back in the day. You know, when I grabbed some for the base of my first base, like the base layer there is basalt cobblestone. And I think that was pretty much it. I mean, I talked about stuff and things. There's probably some political talk in there, and some other gaming related stuff, map related stuff, mod related stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was saying that I wished that this was in 1.10 basically, and I know I don't actually I don't I'm not very involved in the modding thing, so I don't know what kind of mods actually updated for 1.10. But I know that there are packs out there. I know that the Hermitcraft guys are playing a 1.10 mod pack Etho, namely. I've watched his perspective on some of those videos. Oh yeah, and then I mentioned that one of the mod makers, like one of the mods in that pack that Etho and the Hermitcraft people are playing is called actually Additions. That is the thing that adds the coffee and stuff, I believe. That Etho was very interested in at least in the early episodes, and I think he's still doing a lot of stuff in that mod. And I actually know, quote unquote, know that the maker, the creator behind that mod. Um, he's Alpec, a German guy, and I recorded some bingo with him, not just with him. It was like a group thing, like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago now. Yeah, it must have been 2 years ago, right? I believe so. And I told you guys that those were not on my channel, those videos, but on another channel, a guy called Chomp, that's DJOMP. This, no, not like this, like this. And he has those bingo videos. You should be able to find them. If you just look for bingo and maybe group thing or something, I don't know, bingo group or like 2v2 bingo. I don't know. We played a few games in different setups. Like the first game was just Chomp and me against each other, and then LPEC joined, and I think we did 2v1s, alternating like who was playing alone, and then some other guys joined. I think there was Tarkus the Valiant was there. He's still making videos, I believe. And then some other people joined. I don't remember, but yeah, I guess that was the story time for last episode. But this episode, it's Wednesday. It's the 9th of November. The election, the U.S. presidential election, is over and done with, and I can't say that I'm surprised. I really can't. I don't know if I really like. I didn't want to be too negative or like too. I don't know. I still don't really know how smart it is to talk politics in videos. I feel like I'm smart enough for it to not really matter at all. And I still think that larger channels should also do that. And obviously you can't force people, and if they just don't want to, it's fine. But I feel like most of them just don't want to, you know, they don't want to deal with potential fallout in their audience, and like losing subscribers and getting hate and stuff like that, which is understandable. But still, I think I just don't think that's okay. I don't think you should. Like, I can understand it. Like, it's not that I think you should just be okay with maybe getting even threatened or like doxxed or something. There are like real consequences to online stuff, unfortunately, because people are insane. But I just don't think you should let that have too much impact on what you say and do. I just don't think you should give them, like the haters and the the bad people of the internet, trolls and doxers and whatever, too much power. And I feel like, by getting intimidated, by them without even like, there's nothing. It's just the idea, just the thought of that could happen prevents you from saying something. I feel like that's, I don't know, that's not okay. You should stand up to that stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's just idealistic crap, and I'm wrong. I'm entirely open to that idea as well. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. So Trump won. President Trump. I had a bad feeling those last few weeks. Even before the email thing happened, I just see, that's Basalt right there. Did I say Basalt? I hope I said Basalt. I think I did. And it's not exactly what we want. We want black granite, but Basalt is like one step down from that, I would say. So yeah, let's. I guess I'll just. Well, how are we gonna do this? Let's grab some dirt from somewhere where it's not too obvious that it's missing. There we go. And then we'll go back in. And maybe there's like black granite here too. Who knows? I feel like I saw some black granite here, like not here, but in this area basically. Back when we explored over here, so I'm hoping for that. Back to the politics, and I know I actually don't know. You didn't really say anything, and and that's fine. I take that as you're not really too upset with me talking politics, but you're not really into it anymore or at all, which is fine. Like I'm not complaining about this at all. Okay, I thought there was red granite. That would have been bad. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe there's a chance to have both black and red granite. So back to the politics stuff. I should get this over with. And I don't really know what to say about this, about Trump winning. Obviously, I'm not happy about it. I don't think there's much, like, I didn't really... I mean, I basically told... I think I actually said those words, that I would vote Clinton if I, you know, were American. If I were allowed to vote in that election, I would have voted Clinton. And I don't think I would have voted Clinton in the primaries. Like, if I were allowed to vote there, I probably would have voted Sanders. And I really like the idea of Sanders, but I really disagree, or I'm really, I don't know, I disapprove of a lot of things, I guess. And maybe I'm just quote unquote old compared to what's going on in the like internet generation here that we have going on now. But I feel like a lot of the there's a lot of you know, feel the burn and a lot of Bernie Sanders support during the primaries. But you know, that's fine. That's understandable. He was definitely a more idealistic candidate in a lot of ways, and I understand why he had an appeal to young voters, to millennials, whatever. I guess I'm a millennial too, so whatever. But I feel like that once Clinton clinched the nomination, that a lot of that pro-Sanders stuff turned into pro-Trump stuff, and I just don't understand that at all. Because even if you don't like Hillary, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't, like, politically speaking, Sanders was definitely more left than Clinton. And Clinton does not really represent all those same values, at least not to the extent that Sanders seemed to. And I don't really know enough about Sanders. You know, I'm not a super informed guy. Sanders sounded really good, and I don't know what he has been like, how he has been doing, you know, actually as a senator and stuff. I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't think a lot of people actually really cared about that. And it's fair as well, I guess. You know, you should be more aware. It should be more. I mean, this is not a popularity contest. Like, this is, you know, an election for president of the United States. It's not about, you know, I like this guy's hair, and she looks mean. That should not be important at all. It should not matter, but I guess it does to some people. So yeah, I you know, I don't really know not enough about Sanders to really like be 100% on board. But yeah, I feel like I would have been on board with him. But then once like that, so you have one candidate pretty like he's not like not a communist or anything, but he's definitely more left than anyone I've ever seen or heard in U.S. politics. And you know, there haven't been a lot of candidates that I don't know. I don't pay attention to basically any other election other than the presidential one every 4 years. So there's no, you know, I don't know, like I'm not aware of a lot of like senators and stuff like that, because I don't care. That's pretty much it. I'm not in America. I don't care. But he was definitely the most liberal of all the candidates that I've heard talk over the years. And then you have Hillary, and she's still liberal, but not to that extent. And then you have Trump, who's definitely not liberal in any way. Like there's nothing liberal about him. There's nothing left about him. And I don't understand how you go from being, for Bernie, and then you go to being for Trump. It doesn't make any sense. And I feel like a lot of the online stuff kind of, swung in that direction after Clinton got the nomination, which that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't even know where I'm really going with this. I honestly don't. And the other complaints about Clinton seem so like there's no substance. Like she's crooked. Like how? What? Like what did she do exactly? And I thought the emails. What about the emails? There's nothing in the emails. If there were anything in the emails, there would have been like something would have happened already. There's nothing there. It's just nothing. And it really feels like that a lot of it just comes down to that she's a woman. And that's it for the most part. People don't there's definitely a double standard going on, because Trump said and did way worse things, and still you only always kept hearing about how you can't trust Hillary, and you don't like her, and she's not appealing to the masses, and she's not charismatic. And how is Trump charismatic? He's I don't understand. I don't understand that at all. It doesn't make sense to me. And there's a lot of people are like shocked and stuff, and outraged and concerned, and I understand all of that. And I think it's valid. I mean, the concerns are definitely valid. I mean, there's no way of knowing what's gonna happen. That's another thing. Nobody knows anything about what Trump is going to do. I don't think Trump himself knows. So there's literally nobody who knows what's going to happen. Like there's nothing on his policy. Like there was coverage of the election like all night long on Austrian television, and they had like foreign policy experts and like university professors and journalists, and they all talked about a whole lot of things. Obviously, it's a long time, so they had to talk about a lot of different things to fill time, because it's like when I think it started at like midnight. I don't know when they actually started the broadcast, but I think they went for like 5-6 hours at least. I don't know when they stopped. I went to bed before that happened, before it was over. But there's like other talk about foreign policy. That's just, you can't talk about Trump's foreign policy because he doesn't have a foreign policy. He never said anything about anything. He just promised to make everything great again. He said he will build a wall and deport Mexicans and ban Muslims from entering the country, and that's it. But that's not policy. That's just empty talking points. That's not like, what does it even mean? Like how and what? It doesn't make sense that you guys, and I'm probably not talking to the right people for that complaint. Maybe I am. I don't know, but it does it doesn't make any sense. Why would you elect a guy like that? And I'm not saying that our right wing guy is better, but at least he pretends to be a politician. Trump didn't even do that. He didn't do anything, and I guess maybe that was his appeal to some, but I just don't. I just don't. I just don't. Let's see. I don't know if this is dark enough. I really wish I had black granite. I mean, this is not much darker than regular brick, right? I feel like that texture changed too. I feel like that was darker when I started playing. I guess it's kind of dark when there's no torchlight on it. We'll have to look at it in daylight, I guess. I just want to have enough to like cover one length of the building in roof, basically. I just don't. Yeah, I want enough to have an idea of what it would look like, not just like a little patch of it on the roof. I just want an entire length, basically, covered in that stuff. And if it doesn't work, we'll have to go back and look for black granite. But I have looked. Believe me, I have looked. I couldn't find any. So yeah, and the result also has me concerned about our election. We haven't been keeping track. We voted back in May. I think, yeah, the second round was in May sometime, I believe. I'm pretty sure. It's been so long. And we had a right-wing candidate, you know, a lot of the same kind of stuff with Trump. Less ridiculous, I guess, but that's probably just because we're in Europe and not in America. And everything is a bit less ridiculous here. It feels like, at least. Maybe that's not even true anymore, or maybe it was never really true. But sometimes it feels like that. There were a lot of the same things happening. The polls didn't give him really good chances. Exit polls and stuff never really were in his favor, and he was still ahead until the postal votes came in the day after the election, basically, and that flipped it in favor of the Green Party, the Liberal candidate. And then there was the whole stuff about potential manipulation, even though there was no proof for any manipulation, any fraud at all. But there was like proof that there could have been. That's so stupid too, but whatever. And then our basically our Supreme Court, or our equivalent of the Supreme Court, nullified the election, and we have to do a redo in December. Like December, what is this? 5th, 4th? I don't know. The Sunday, whatever that date it is. And I'm concerned. I'm concerned now again. Like, it was always going to be close. First time, like in May, it was 50.3 to 49.7%, which is very, very close. Actually, your popular vote, like the American popular vote, I keep saying your, but you're not our American. I should stop. The popular vote in the U.S. election might be actually even closer, but it's in Clinton's favor. But that's also really weird. Just why do you have such a weird system? The electoral college and all that stuff. I don't know. But yeah, there was a lot of similarities in terms of people. The polls were basically useless, just like they were yesterday for the Clinton Trump thing, and just like they were for the Brexit vote, because people lie. I think that's the main reason. It's probably they probably made some mistakes with the demographics and stuff, but they try to adjust for that. I'm pretty sure, but they can't adjust for is people simply lying. And I think that's what's throwing off the exit polls and all the other polls that much. I mean, there's always like a little bit of error. Obviously, it's just it's just a tendency, not it's not the same thing. Because you can't ask everyone, obviously. I mean, you could, but then that's the election. But I think it's just people lying. People were ashamed of voting right-wing here, and then they lied about it. People were ashamed of, voting Brexit for the Brexit, and they lied about it. And the same thing happened with Trump. People were ashamed of voting Trump, and they lied about it. And then that throws off the polls. I've also read some people saying that obviously, the media was in favor of Clinton, and that's why the polls were in her favor. I mean, that would be really stupid, because I don't think that actually helps a candidate. It's like all the polls are in your candidate's favor. Like, if you had an agenda as the media, which is stupid anyway, because there's no the media. There's not one guy running all the polls. There's different, there's different polls and different media outlets, and they're not all controlled yeah, there's not one big conspiracy. That's but that's another topic, I guess. Um, but I don't think it really helps to have your candidate ahead in the polls. I guess an argument could be made for that, but I don't really think that's true. At best, it's like an even thing. Because if people think that candidate is gonna win anyway, they might be less likely to vote. Because why? It doesn't matter. My vote doesn't matter. My candidate is gonna win anyway. I don't have to, stand in line. And at the same time, it could be on the other side. Well, my candidate is losing. I have to make sure everyone, goes who I think will vote. That way should go and vote, and I'll go and vote and make sure because we're losing. It might be extra, motivation to go and vote. That's a stupid point. A lot of stupid points being made, and I also don't really like all the stuff about we'll be fine. It's all gonna be fine. The world's gonna still be here tomorrow. Yeah, sure. I mean, if that's the standard, then yeah, great. Then let's just fire the nukes, kill all the people. Planet's still gonna be here tomorrow. Sun's gonna rise and set. It's all fine, right? Doesn't matter. I think that's you have to have a higher standard than that. And I guess it's a good response to those people who like go overboard in the other way. It's not the apocalypse yet. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. As I said, there's no way of knowing. Trump is random, and maybe he's gonna surround himself with quote unquote good people. But still, there's gonna be a lot of progress on like equality issues, LGBTQ and women's rights and all of that. There's a serious threat of that being undone. It's another thing. The Republicans did not only win the presidency, they won in the Senate and the House, and since they blocked the appointment of the new Supreme Court judge, they'll have that too. So they control the Supreme Court basically. I mean, obviously the Supreme Court is independent, but that's just not 100% true, because otherwise they would not have blocked the nomination for whatever. So they control everything, which does not bode well for all of these issues, because and there's no you can't know which way Trump is gonna go on a lot of those things. But yeah, it's still really weird to me. That's also really weird to me that from an outside perspective, and I'm definitely not unbiased, and I'm not going to pretend to be, because I'm not conservative, and I think, well, whatever, I'm not conservative, so there you go. I'm not unbiased, but from an outside perspective, it definitely felt like the Republican Party embarrassed itself through that entire process of the primaries and then in the general election. All of them. Like in the primaries, everyone, Ted Cruz and Kasich and oh, did I tower up here? It looks really weird. Why? What? I don't know. Whatever. They all embarrassed themselves. Nobody looked good in that, in the whole talking about penis size and personal attacks and all of that. Like that was a terrible mess. Like they really dropped the bar on that primary, and then on those primaries, and then in the general election. I mean, like all the well, we're all the support for Trump, and then we don't support him anymore, or we can't really support him because of the stuff he said, and I don't know. They really, really, really embarrassed themselves from an outside perspective. Like that was ridiculously bad, and they win everything. What? How? How does that happen? Why is there no? It feels insane to me. And it's not that we're better. We're doing the same stupid crap over here with our major parties. They do stupid things and everyone is outraged, and then come next election we elect them again. there's never any change, because there can't be. I mean, there can be change, but not like that. Like, you can't. I mean, you can have quick change if you have a revolution and just kill everyone that's in charge and then replace them with new people. Then you can have change quickly, but that's not a very democratic way of doing things. It's not a good way of doing things at all. But if you want to change through elections, through the democratic process, it's going to be a slow change, and but you still have to vote accordingly. And we don't. British didn't. Americans didn't. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. And I'm concerned about a lot of things too. Like even as an outsider, yeah, I'm concerned about some domestic policy stuff. I'm concerned about minorities, Black and Hispanic people, gay and lesbian, transgender people, women. There's a lot of stuff to be concerned about under this presidency, and don't claim like you don't have to, like, even if you yeah, that's not unfounded. Like, that's not just scaremongering or anything like that. That's just he said a lot of racist and a lot of sexist stuff, and because of that, you have to be concerned about where all this is gonna go. That's just common sense. And then there are obviously international consequences potentially. I mean, the whole Middle East stuff. Who knows what's gonna happen there with Trump in charge, ISIS. I mean, it's gonna be time for him to pull out his magic plan out of his drawer and destroy ISIS, like he claimed he could. We'll see about that. And then Russia, Putin, probably very happy about this. That's one of the more ironic things, that the Republicans, like the Republican candidate is the one that the Russians wanted. Like that is just, I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of irony there with the whole Cold War history stuff, standoff, and the hate. The Soviets, the communists versus the I don't know. And now those people, probably those same people, a lot of those same people actually, old white people, who were scared of the evil communists back in the, I don't know, 60s and 70s, and now they voted the guy, they elected the guy into office that the Russians want. That's, I mean, that is kind of funny in a way. And I mean, like, yeah, obviously a lot of things have changed. There's no Soviet Union. Putin is not really a communist. But still. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the EU is probably weaker than it's ever been after the whole Brexit thing and a lot of the conflicts about the international trade agreement stuff. The US is definitely not stronger than it was, or, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not inaugurated yet, but still, that is not sending a message of strength, and the whole focus on domestic stuff, not really sending a message of strength to, like, for example, Russia. So they did. I mean, Russia did invade and annex part of Ukraine not too long ago. That was with the EU not being in that bad of a shape, and with America probably arguably being in better shape. So who knows if they're gonna do anything crazy? They might. I mean, they have to have an agenda there, right? I mean, there has to be a reason why they wanted Trump elected. And maybe it's just, harmless stuff, influence and trade stuff. Maybe it's more, who knows? Lots of crazy things. This is a very weird year. Lots of movement in the wrong direction. politically speaking. Lots of movement to the right, nationalism, racism, extremism. It's concerning. It's concerning, for sure. And that's not. I mean, that's not exclusively about America. I mean, we definitely, like Austria, moved to the right again in recent times. Britain definitely did with the whole Brexit stuff. Russia's not really looking too good from an outside perspective. Turkey, Erdogan, that's very concerning as well. Yeah, we'll see how things go. I don't really know. This is a very weird episode. I think this is gonna be it for the political talk for now. I don't really care about our campaign stuff right now. It's stupid. It's really stupid, but that works because you know, you know, I don't feel the need to say it. I don't feel the need to explain why stupid stuff works because it's obvious what it says about the paper. But yeah, I mean, I'll talk about the results of the election in Austria once that happens in a month. Well, quite a month, a bit less than a month, and then there'll be less political stuff to talk about. I'm glad about that. Unless Trump does something super crazy, I don't think I could ignore that. But I mean, he's not going to do anything super crazy before January, at least. Hopefully, at least. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say. I don't have anything good to say. I don't have any words of wisdom or I don't have any innate sense of hope that I could share with you. Things are not hopeless, but they're not looking too great either. Either way, we'll finish this build. That's gonna happen. I promise. And I'm not a politician, so you can count on my promises being upheld. And then at some point soon-ish, we're gonna wind down this series, and it's gonna be a good memory. I'm gonna miss it for sure, but I feel like it's definitely about that time soon. But yeah, first we finish this, and then maybe I go out. I don't know if that was that in the episode that I lost, or did I talk about? I don't remember. Either way, this is it for today. I hope you guys are okay with everything, with me, with the political stuff, both me talking about it and it happening, and we'll see. This is it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.